What has Emma Hayes, former coach of the Long Island Lady Riders, by the way,
Yes.
what has she brought to the women's team?
I will disclaim that I've known her since her coaching days in Chicago in the old WPS before the NWSL. I've known her a long time. Not always well, but we've run into each other on numerous occasions and recognize each other, and I'm very happy for her that she has the job. She is a terrific personality. She is a great coach. She is mostly coached the club game. Obviously, she's not done a ton with national teams. But she's got charisma and she's got chops, and the players listen to her and they really like her. And she's a fabulous quote. There's no way around that. And I'm sure that there are times when I will fall for it. I get that. And again, I've known her for a long time. So I'm able to ask questions that get good quotes out of her. But she's a terrifically charismatic person. And there is all she said yes to the job last November.
Yeah.
And then the deal was they'd wait 6 months until Chelsea's season was over so that she could get one more shot at winning the Champions League. She did some coaching and meetings from afar. She came over once in December to meet with the players and a little bit with the media. She's only had 4 games so far, and the first 2 looked really good against South Korea. The third against Mexico looked very good, but it took them too long to score. And they scored a brilliant goal when they did. And the last one was a scoreless tie. So they're not there yet. She is patient. She is there for the 2027 World Cup. Fans are impatient. They would like an Olympic medal. And nobody's wrong on that one. I think she'd like a medal too. But, let's now see what happens, because they absolutely can win their group. I think they have the talent. That Zambia game is going to be really hard. That actually is the one that I have the most circled, because they've got two strikers up top, and Barbara Banda and Rachel Kundanaji, who are electric, fast, skilled, great finishers. Banda, you might follow the NWSL, Brandon. I don't know. Banda, they're both in their first year in the NWSL. Banda plays in Orlando. Kundanaji plays for Bay FC out in San Jose. Banda's tied for the top scorer in the league. 12 goals in 12 games going into the Olympic break. I've watched her a lot. She is electric. She really is. It's a good thing she plays in the NWSL because the players know her. That's going to help. But they got to work hard and ideally not go down 1-0 early and have to climb out of a hole. Germany is a great team, ranked number 3 in the world, mostly on merit. They crashed out of the last World Cup very badly in the group stage, even worse than what the U.S. did, and frankly, even more shocking that they went out then. They've just lost Lena Oberdorf, unfortunately, who's one of their top creative players, to I think it was an ACL injury just a couple days ago. Awful, awful news. It does make Germany worse. Germany is still a very good team. The U.S. and Germany should both advance. Australia is the 4th team. The U.S. and Australia know each other exceptionally well. There will be nothing unfamiliar to either team when they're out there. Australia made the semifinals of the World Cup last year at home. Great momentum. They've got a lot of very good players. They have only one truly elite player in Sam Kerr, and she is out with an ACL injury she suffered a while ago. I think Zambia can beat Australia, and I think the Australians know it. And a lot of people are watching for that. I think the U.S. can win the group, and then things will get very interesting very quickly, because if they win their group and Spain, as great as they are, do not win their group, which is eminently possible for a reason I'll explain in a moment, it would be USA-Spain in the quarterfinals, and then all hell breaks loose. Spain is the reigning World Cup champion, for folks who don't know. They play beautiful soccer. They are stacked deep with talent. They have the world's best player right now in Aitana Bonmati, and a number of other just outstanding, skilled, quick, fast-thinking, all of it, every piece. But they are prone to slipping up, and they have slipped up in some recent games against European opponents. And last year at the World Cup, the game that everybody could not get out of their minds until Spain won the whole thing. Spain won their first 2 group games, and people started to believe. And then in the last one, they got clocked by Japan 4-0, even though Japan only had 23% of the possession. And everybody immediately went back to not trusting Spain to win the whole thing. To their credit, they then went on to win the whole thing. They even had a comeback in one of their knockout games. It was very impressive. But if Spain slips in the group stage, and they've got Brazil, Japan, and I believe Nigeria, I will tell you that in a second, as I vamp again, trying to talk and say nonsense while I pull the website up. Let's see here. Here we are. Yes, they've got Brazil, Japan, and Nigeria. They'll beat Nigeria is not great right now. But if Brazil or Japan gets them, and Spain finishes second in their group, and the U.S. wins their group, it's U.S. Spain in the quarterfinals instead of later. And then, as I said, all hell breaks loose.